Hey, hi guys. Hello, how are you? And welcome from my side this program of Jenkins. My name is Vimal, and I would be the trainer, guys, for in the complete journey of this program called Jenkins, right? So fantastic tool. I think you guys have the idea that might be reason why you are in this training, and huge participants we have, almost all from all the big firm, big industries. Okay, so technically it is a batch or group or trainee of a multiple set of minds. So it is good, guys, always have a great participants, so we can we can engage more, research more, discuss more, and try to integrate as much as thing we can do with Jenkins, right? Because this tool is more about integrating multiple thing together, and let's the thing work together, right? Something like this. So technically, Preeti has already introduced me, but you guys are somehow connected from my other training. But those who are the first time connecting with me, if they want to know a little bit about me, just search my name in the Google. Okay, and tons of the information you guys might know about me, what exactly I'm doing, and other things also. And maybe if you want to connect me and see my which domain I actually worked on. Somehow very much not properly updated, because from last couple of month and a year I haven't properly updated, but at least you get the high level idea, okay, about different technology, different company, what exactly I've worked on, right? And all the global plus certification I have in my portfolio, right? So, but this might not be so much interesting. Interesting part would be the content, and I think everybody has the agenda with you. So technically, this training is we have quoted as the expertise training in Jenkins, where Jenkins 2.0 is one of the new version in Jenkins we are going to pick, because the approach of using this tool is somehow changed. And here, guys, we want everything to be automated, and if you want anything to be automated, we have to write some code in some language, and there the role of pipeline as a code come in play. So what I mean by this, in upcoming classes, our focus area more on pipeline as a code. Very interesting form. Definitely like and love this topic. The way we are going to create our job with a pipeline. It may build pipeline, delivery pipeline, Jenkins pipeline. Maybe you want to use some DSL language, Groovy language, whatever they have. We will gonna use this, right? And the way we have put the content, we'll try to pick as much as content we can do with respect to Jenkins, maybe cluster mode of the Jenkins. Developer respected tool, like continuous inspections tools. So tons of things here you can do. So approach that I'm going to, knowing that approach, whatever the respective tool you have, monitoring tool you have on a APM tool, App Dynamics, New Relic. So it's a big world if you talk about technology. But the approach that I'm going to use in this training will help you and guide you, that whatever the use cases you have, guys, you can cover all those use cases. But as a Jenkins perspective, almost all the things we are trying to cover, you have this agenda. But the way I always do in my other training also, I normally create agenda, a very high level agenda I'm talking about here, or I can say the course content. But I always open my content as open content, and I normally ask you guys, if you have any feedback in the terms of any your use case requirement, Maybe your use case might be you want to do something Jenkins that has a integration with, for example, Dockers, or maybe integration with Kubernetes, or maybe have integration with cloud services, or maybe have integration with maybe some other tools, or I don't know. Everybody has a different use cases. So just give us the feedback in your respective group. I definitely love to add those content in this program, and somehow I will touch those content. And so whatever use case you guys are looking for, it will be solved. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is about the training. The way I always do a training or maybe the workshop, this training is purely practical, practical training. Almost I can say more than 95%, right? Every day almost. Maybe not today, today, because I have to first focus on some of the very basic term, because Jenkins is a tool that is purely an automation tool. Okay, or I can say the automation server or services, and lots of use cases based on CI is continuous integration part, or CD, continuous deployment or delivery. Both the terms has a different meaning altogether. We're gonna discuss. Typically known as CI CD. Okay, so any kind of CI CD kind of use case you have, you can solve it. You can use Jenkins in the DevOps platform. This is not the right term to say, but I can say the DevOps approach or the methodology you can use. Okay, so technically, guys, my initial plan would be, I believe you guys have no idea about a CI CD. So first I explain you what CI CD is, and how we was using the older approach or the traditional approach of software development, and what the challenges we had there, and how CI/CD helped to solve some of the very important challenges, and what this kind of approach leads us in the faster development and leads us to the DevOps world. So you guys might know or might don't know what actually the meaning of DevOps, but this training will give you the exact meaning of what is DevOps. So maybe you guys might be with me in my Ansible training. You guys might be in my AWS training or Kubernetes training. These are the again tool for DevOps world. But what exactly the meaning of DevOps, I might have not discussed there, but this training will give you the actual meaning of DevOps. But guys, for this you have to give me some days. I think 2 or 3 days, okay, to actually make you understood the power of the DevOps idea and the methodology, and at least give 2 days to actually understand and make you understood, guys, the meaning of CI CD. Okay, so maybe for 1 or 2 days we might do some percent of practicals, basic practical on Jenkins. But after this, after you become comfortable with this terminology and the use cases that can be done by Jenkins, then we keep on doing lots and lots of practical, and every bit of the Jenkins we gonna discuss. Okay, one of the very important topic I think I already told you is a Jenkins pipeline is a new pipeline. Okay, where we have to create a pipeline with a code. So that would be one of the main focus area that we'll discuss after you become guys comfortable with the Jenkins in the future classes. Okay, so this is one thing. But what is pipeline? Pipeline is again a very important term. So while explaining the CI/CD or while explaining DevOps, I will explain you what is pipeline also, and that's so after 2 days you guys become very much comfortable with this topic also. So this practical would be class and training would be 95% hands-on, and anybody who has a plan to go for any of the Jenkins global certifications, right? Anybody who is providing maybe cloud Bs or maybe XYZ, so this training would be more than enough okay, to pass or clear any of the global exam if you have planning to go for it. Okay, so this training is not for particular global certification, right? This training is to enable you guys, train you guys in all the forms and all the use cases for the Jenkins, so you can purely work in any kind of environment with the help of Jenkins. Okay, but anybody want to go for certification, this training would be more than enough to pass almost all the kind of global examination, right? Okay, that's all, guys, about very high level introduction and the content over here. Any feedback if you have, just update us, and we will surely, guys, update your requirement in our program, right? That's for sure we will do. Okay, so let's guys start the things from very zero. Okay, so let's start from the topic called Jenkins. So first of all, guys, it is a pure automation tool or the server, and I can say this is a pure, right? There will be lots of tool in the market that they say they are the automated or automation tool. They are, but the right meaning of automation, right, will is Jenkins the one who will provide to you. Okay, and one more thing I just want to update you guys, especially those who are first time attending some of my training. So guys, in all the classes we will do Q&A. Okay, but I normally pick the Q&A in after conclude every day classes. So right now, guys, I'm not checking any Q&A. So just guys, if you have anything to ask, I love to give those answers. But I suggest if you can ask after the everyday class and put in the Q&A. So I won't miss your questions also over here. Okay, so I'm not checking right now Q&A, but yeah, every day we'll do at the time of conclusion of the classes. Okay. Okay, so so let's continue, guys, from very basics. Okay, what is Jenkins and what kind of use cases Jenkins will solve for us? First of all, guys, Jenkins is a tool. What I mean by this, it is one kind of software. Okay, and you just go download the software and install the software in your operating system. Okay, this is one small thing, right? But after install software, every software, guys, come with some kind of use cases, right? If you're installing Jenkins, there might be some requirement you should have, why you are using and why you want to use Jenkins, right? So let me guys explain to you this use case from very basics, right? So what I'm talking about, if you guys, anybody over here are the part of any development, any language, if you guys have worked on maybe C or Java or Python or Ruby, or you guys might know the developer, right, how they write the code. Okay, so second thing is, for this training, guys, there is no requirement for programming skills. If you know programming, if you don't know programming, that is very much okay. Because when we go for pipeline as a code, that time, guys, whatever the skills you need for writing the code for the Jenkins, I will explain you guys from very basic. So if you have a programming knowledge, or if you don't have programming knowledge, I will explain you what the domain specific language for the Jenkins from the very zero. Okay, so there's a different point with respect to Jenkins. So there's no prerequisite for this class, but yeah, if you have basic idea on some of the basics tools that everyday basis we use, for example, Git or GitHub. Okay, so if you have the basic idea of Git or GitHub kind of tool, so that is a very small prerequisite for this program. Otherwise, as such, there is no as prerequisite for this program. Okay, so let's start with the use and the use case of the Jenkins. So guys, if you want to understand any tool use case, we have to first understand the challenges we had, right? And if you understand the challenges, and to overcome those challenges, we always come with some new idea, new technologies, or maybe with new tools. Okay, so if you want to understand where Jenkins fit, first you have to understand what challenges we had in our in our past, right? But one more thing I want to add before I explain that challenge. Okay, understand one thing. The manual thing is never a good thing. If you want to do something in the computer world or in the technological world or IT world manually, and guys, when I say manual, I mean to say human being do. So if human being want to do something from the hand, that is called manual. So manual is one of the one of the worst thing I can say. One reason is it take a lot of time. And today's world, guys, we don't have much time. We have to be very quick whatever we want to implement and whatever we want to develop. Otherwise, in this competition world or competitor world, you will be very much behind. And in 7 days, things change. 7 days, idea change. 7 days, new company start. 7 days, around maybe some company close down. Okay, so time is very critical thing. And if you go for manual, as a human being, it takes a lot of time, it wastes the time. Okay, and it will lead us a huge business loss. Okay, then keep this thing in mind. And if you go for manual, it is always very much error prone. Okay, means a lot of uh, because we do the mistakes, right? And very sometimes very harder to see that mistakes, and that mistakes will lead us to some trouble, some kind of errors, and something error come up, uh, obviously it will again waste our time. Okay, just keep this thing in mind, that I know, but just I don't want manual. So big thing is a big reason is time. I have to save my time. Again, that is the reason whatever human being they are doing, we ask our computers, please go, okay, run some program. Right, because in the computer, guys, everything we do with the program, and program obviously come from some software or some tools. And we ask this program, whatever we was doing in the past manually, can you do with your power? So what a computer speed you have, can you do the same thing with the speed of the computer? So guys, this is called automation. In the very high level term, it's called automation. And guys, if a computer will do the with their speed, okay, so maybe if human being do, they might take 7 days or 10 days to implement. But if computer do with their speed, they maybe in some seconds or maybe minutes, they will able to perform those activities. And good thing about a computer is they never do the mistakes. So whatever we ask the computer, or we ask the computer, they will do with the same exact way. If you want to do same thing hundreds and thousands of times, every time they will do the same thing again and again without any further mistakes. Okay, so that's what we need is, right, we need automation tools. Okay, they will be super fast because they are run by program or the computers, and they are and they're free from the error and from the mistakes, because whatever we ask, we first test those things, right? And what we ask, we test. If everything working good, then we keep on running the same program again and again, and whatever things we want to achieve, we achieve again and again. Okay, but if you're a human being do, maybe next this time they do the right way, but next time if you do the same thing, probability maybe there's some kind of mistakes they might do, or some of the commands or steps they might miss. Okay, so automation, guys, is the key behind Jenkins, a pure automation tool. Okay, so just keep thing in mind, we always want automation, and automation give the speed fast. And you guys might have heard the term called agile. It's a big term actually, but it's somehow, if you want to achieve agile, what is agile, we will discuss in the future classes. You can achieve the agile with the technology called automation. But what is agile, we will also discuss in the upcoming classes. Just keep this thing in mind, manual we don't want, automation we want. So whatever we have manual, I want to shift okay, those manual thing into the automation world. This is one of our target we have. Okay, so let's talk about guys one traditional approach of software development. And what I'm trying to explain you, what hurdles we was facing, especially in the software development world. So if you think about any company, and this company are purely into product development, and they are keep on developing a product for themselves or for the customer, whatever the case would be. Okay, and for product development, let's say this company is in in some kind of some kind of new products they always launch. So they have a they have a team, and the team is keep on searching, looking in the market, what the new things market is, market demands. So they do keep on doing a market research. Okay, so their company has some team that keep on doing a market research, and after doing market research, they come to know this is a new challenges the world or market is facing. Let's come up with some kind of technological solution to solve this challenge of the market. Okay, so team in the company is called normally known as a product management team, maybe. Okay, so they say let's go and create some product, and we are the one who will manage those product. What product we have to create? For this, we are doing a market research. If we as a company want to come with a new product, or maybe we have our own existing client. Okay, so the existing client might be one who will tell us their requirement, what facility, what feature they want to add in their product. So these are the guys pure management kind of skills, kind of team we have. Okay, but but let's say this project management team come up while doing market research, or maybe their clients say these are the things they they require. They jot down, they create one document of this, that these are the features we need in this product. And what do you mean by product? Product is a software, and now it is a mobile app or web app, some kind of app they have. So guys, in this training, when I use the word app, I always mean to say software, or I always mean to say product. It's the same thing. Okay, so the project team management team guys has created a doc, and now here the role of technological guys come in play. So this project management team guys has will connect to the set of human beings. Means they are the developers, or I can say the software developers. Okay, so we have some software developer team. Okay, multiple guys over there, and they handed over this document, or maybe they have a meeting with this software developer and explain then the use case, what actually they want, or what all the features they want, which kind of app they want to create. And guys, from here, the software developer team work start. Maybe they have a team of 4 guys, 10 guys, depending guys. So there's a lot of things guys happening behind the scene, but from here our main focus areas start. Okay, so this software development team guys, maybe they feel this app maybe develop very much powerfully or greatly in Java, or maybe Go language, with Python, whatever language they pick. So they start writing the code to develop this software. And normally they sit in their laptop, that's called normally workspace or working area, workstation maybe, and there they write the code. And it's always a good practice, guys, due to a lot of reason. Okay, whenever they create the code and they feel the code is created at some level, okay, maybe when you create a software or app, in the app there are a lot of things. Maybe, for example, this is a mobile app. In the mobile app, maybe you first create a first screen or home screen where you create a box and one icon and some kind of look and feel you give. This called UI UX. You have created, and you think now some other part we have created. So normally, as per the requirement, also the developer say my code at some level is created. Let's do one thing. Let's share this code to my other team members. Okay, or maybe let's create a backup of this code. Okay, maybe some reason if my code goes fail, we can restore from the backup. So technically, I mean to say it's not backup actually. Let's create a multiple versions of the code, or let's share this code to maybe some other team. So technically, we have some kind of centralized computer that is actually do SCM for you. This is called source control management, and one part of the source control management is the version control. Okay, or maybe backup or version control, whatever you want to say here. So this is not a main topic for this class. And there are a lot of SCM tool available in the market. One of the great you guys know is Git, or maybe cloud hosted solutions called GitHub. So this development team use the great practice that they keep on sharing this code or posting this code. It's called push the code or check in the code to GitHub. Okay, so this is one thing. And why they are pushing it? A lot of reason. Maybe maybe they have multiple developers over here, right? They are sitting in their laptop. Let's say developer number A, developer number B, developer number C. So whatever A created, they upload the code in the GitHub, and C want to see this code. They will download the code from the GitHub. So like a share, or maybe hundreds of facility you have. So recently, guys, I've done my Git and GitHub training or workshop, I can say. There I cover almost all the feature of Git and GitHub. And maybe other guys also know the further facility of Git and GitHub. So this is not again the important point. So important point, guys, start from here. Okay. So if you talk about your older way of software development, so right now, guys, we are doing software development. And if you go to older way, or it's called the traditional way of software development, right? So we start from development, we keep on sharing the code in some of the centralized system. That's called SCM tools. Okay, now what happened? Okay, normally it is very common that in one project multiple team not multiple team, multiple developers work together. Okay, and it's very common that every developer has their own properly distributed task we give to developer. Means, for example, if let's say this is a mobile app and we say one of my developer, all the look and feel of this app is the one that you create. That's called UI UX you create. Will tell my developer B all the intel part. For example, this app may be related to product or e-commerce side. So when somebody open, you have to show the entire product catalog. So this part you develop. Or maybe somebody purchase something from an app, so we have to track the order. So order tracking related code you have to develop. So we'll distribute our tasks with other team who taking care of those parts. So A, you will develop this, B, you develop this, or maybe C, you have a different team altogether of 3 guys. You work together and you create this particular functionality. Something is, guys, this is also known as a module. So in one product, we have multiple modules. We say this module you create, this module you create, and this module you create. But finally, all this module, if you plug together, then only your product create. Right? For example, if so, see say my order tracking part or there's some code, maybe written in some language is done. For example, this mobile app. So these guys say I want to create this part in Dart language or Java language or Kotlin language. Or B say I want to create something in Swift language, or randomly I'm just picking some name for mobile app development. Okay, but these guys say C say I'm a different team, multiple guys are working here, but we focus area would be purely on order tracking. So this is the module we will take care. But understand one thing, guys, one single module doesn't work. So if you run the order tracking system only here and without the front end or without this web UI, how somebody can use this? So technically all this module or all this module, if you plug together, okay, then only your final product and app has created. But we have distributed just for management. And now we ask all the team to upload their code in Git. And guys, anybody who know about Git, in the Git, normally we get a folder that's called repo. You can think also repo is like one software folder we created here. And this repo, we ask every team that we have created a different boxes for you. We create a box for C. Okay, and you put your entire code in this box, and you guys know here is called branch. Okay, so I'm guys giving some a random word here, because if you guys don't know anything about GitHub, at least you understand what I'm talking about. So normally we create a branch and we say we have C as a branch, and all the content of C team you upload here, means code you upload here. And then we have one more branch for B. We have one more branch for A team. So B, upload your code here. A, you upload your code here. So 3 branches we have for multiple team. Okay, and we upload here. So finally, everybody and developer upload their code, and their duty is done. And they keep on again working in their laptop, in the workstation. They keep on enhancing the code, writing the further code. And after they think one of the things they uploaded, that means they have updated the code, and they want to share again with other team, or want to keep as a backup or as a version, they can push and upload. Okay, so this year, guys, till here, guys, it's pretty straightforward, guys. Might know this is the very simplest way we process. Okay, now here the way I'm trying to explain you guys, now in this my Git repository, we have all the code of all the modules from all the teams. Okay, and now if you want and if you think, okay, after certain days, for example, A might require 10 days, B might require maybe 5 days, if C might require maybe 20 days to create this code, let's say 2 or 3 weeks done, and some of the part of my app has been created. Okay, now this might be time. Let's connect all this code together, right? All this code together, and let's see how the working of my software, my app. So now is the time where I want all of my code. Guys, let me increase this screen size. 1 minute. So it is time. Let's go and connect. Now, 1 minute. Just go and connect all these code. And guys, normally this is a very common trend. What normally we do, normally in the repository, we have one more branch that's called main branch, sometimes also known as a master branch. And we keep this branch for normally for one purpose. Purpose is all the code from A and B and C finally, whenever you want to put into one box, okay, one box, okay, we put all the code right in this box, means technically it's called merge. So this branch we normally use to merge all the code, because I told you without merging this module or this code, your entire software won't able to create. Okay, able to create. Okay, and here in this merging of all the module and become your final software, it is also known as integration. So we integrate or integration entire code. So we integrate over here. Okay, and normally for the integration, I'm talking guys about the traditional software development. We have a different team altogether. So we had a different team in a company that is sometimes known as integration team. So this is their responsibility after all the code been uploaded. Okay, they confirm with the respective team, all the basic functionalities added. They integrate. Integrate means they merge, and it is very common issue happen, guys, when you guys know anything about Git or any version control system. Okay, when you merge the code, it is very common issue come up. The always we have some kind of when you merge something, the conflict that's called merge conflict happen, and that is the one issue we come up always in SM tool. Okay, and those issue we have to solve it. That's called merge conflict we have to do. And for this team won't able to do, because they are not the one who who uh, uh, who have written the code. So typically this is also the one of the pattern company you was using. They call one of the team member from A, one team member from B, one team from member C. They work together closely with integration team and see these are the issue come up and merging your all of your three guys code. Maybe some file you created, some file this created, both the file are same. Okay, now because we are merging, they're facing some issue. Just try to change some code so that thing will work. So this integration team is a different team. Either they work or they call their respective team members of A and B, C, and they are the one who finally able to integrate. And after integrate, your entire app is come in the one box, means entire app created. Okay, but this is guys still here. It is just a code. Okay, we have a one single code come up. Okay, now when you guys write a code in some language, in most of the language, guys, when you write the code, you have to compile the code. Because without compile, you won't able to run. For example, you go to C language, you go to Java language. For example, some of the language you don't have to compile. For example, you go to Ruby or Python. There's a different point. But typically, the the language that you use most in the app development are the one where you have to normally compile the code. For example, Java. Okay, so this normally we might have a different team, or maybe this is a team. What they do, they will, after they create an entire app, where we have the entire app in this box or branch called master or main branch. Okay, then they compile this code. And sometimes compile is also known as a build. They build this code. Okay, and that is the reason, guys, sometimes this team is also known as build and integration team. So we have build integration team. They will integrate the code and they build or compile the code. Or and it is but obvious, guys. Okay, because when A guys has created the code, A team has created the code. Obviously, and they also testing in their laptop. They compile it. Everything go good. B also writing code. They also test in their laptop locally. Again, everything is working good. Okay, there. But obviously, when you all the module when you integrate and then you compile, there will be a lot of conflict, guys, come up in the terms of in the terms of some kind of maybe variables or module or hundreds of things maybe there conflict come up, and some most is very common that compile fail. Compile fail means your code is not able to compile. If this compile fail, it means we have some issue in the code. So this team, what they have to do, they have to again connect to their respective developers of wherever the file or module fail, they call these guys from their respective module guys A, B, and C and ask them, this is the issue, let's go and resolve this. So technically, if you see here, this team has to keep on calling the respective developers, or I can use the word called they keep on giving the feedbacks. In your code, this line, in your file, this line, in the page, this line, we have the issue. Just please go and resolve the issue. Okay, either come here or maybe resolve in your laptop, again upload in the GitHub. I will again download from the GitHub the new updated code by you, and we again go and check. But let's say this time I compile some fail after multiple try. Okay, multiple try or multiple time my team is giving the feedback. Okay. Hey guys, after code compile, if it's working good, normally guys, after you compile the code, normally we do one more thing after you compile, because when you compile the code, let's say we have 10 different Java file, all the file we compile. Okay, but after compile, all the 10 files or 100 files of Java code become one single software, and it is called package. So we have to create a final package. So anybody who know Red Hat, the package may be RPM. Anybody who's know Python, they have a Python package. In Java, we have a war package or R package. So different formats we have for the package. So by this team or build team, they will create a package for us. Okay, package means the final software or final app for us. Okay, and it's also very common. After you create a software, maybe web app or mobile app, web means web app. Okay, after create the web app, we always run the website, and normally rather than I say run the website, I say we after getting the package, we always test this application by running this website that everything is working good or not. Not. Okay, but guys, there will be lots of things after this happening. I will continue in a minute. But what I'm trying to explain you finally here. Okay, if you go for the software development, so my developer is developing the code. After developing the code, multiple teams work together, and first we write the code. This is called development. Okay, then we upload the code. This is called source code management or version control. Then integration, then compile or build. After this, we package, then we test, and furthermore, there will be lots of things happening. Okay, so we can say this is a software development life cycle. Life cycle might not be the perfect word. This is normally known as pipeline. What is pipeline? We will talk more about this. Okay, but here, guys, what I'm trying to say you here is, okay, in this approach, okay, if you see, there's will be lots of manual thing happening. Okay, one of the manual thing is this one, this build and integration team. Okay, what they have to do, okay, what they have to do, they have to keep on checking my GitHub repository. Does any new code come from C? Does new code come from B team? If they come, they first download in their laptop, and then they try to integrate. Why they want to do? Because after they integrate, then they come to know there's some kind of error come up in merging. If everything working good, that's fine. Then compile and build. Anything issue come up, no. Then they go and create the package as a software so that they can run the software, and finally they launch the mobile app or they launch the website. Okay, so if everything working good, as such, no challenge. But normally this is not the case, right? Always 99.99%, we always has the error in all the places. So we have the error in merging, we have error in compiling, maybe sometimes you have the error maybe in packaging. Okay, so error always come, thing won't work the way we want it. And one of the big reason is we have a lots of guys and lot of different team module team working normally individually, because everybody has a different things to do. Okay, this is one of the big reasons, and this is a very common thing because a big software, so multiple team working as a development. Okay, so technically, if error come is but obvious, error will come, issue will come. But point, guys, here is right, uh, for checking the error. Okay, first of all, my developer has to upload the code. Okay, upload the code, and the practice normally developer followed in the past. The practice was something like this, right? My developers write a code for some UI UX, and they feel my look and feel is working good. Okay, so they keep this code with them for some days. Then they upload the code in the GitHub. Okay, so actually issue start from here. Okay, the developer will keep the code in their local system, then upload. Okay, maybe after 2 days or 2 weeks over here. Okay, and then when all the team upload, maybe these guys might take 14 days, then only this integration team can able to integrate. Okay, but maybe this time when my C team has uploaded the code, maybe this day my integration team might be on the off, or maybe there's a night time. They will go in the morning, and the morning they check. They might be in the different time zone, and they check, and then they merge, because they do manual download and manually merge. So technically, if you see this everywhere, we have a time issues. Because I was talking about whenever you do the thing manually, either you save the code or push the code or download the code by the team, by the human being, right? There's the manual operation, and whenever you have the manual operation, you always have a delay in all the operation. And every layer we have a delay, every time, every process, every operation we have the delay. So it's a long delay. And that long delay means when my integration team are trying to compile the code, and this time when error come up, right, obviously they won't able to resolve it. They will go back to that respective developer. That's called feedback. Feedback of the compile or build. Okay, so it's called build feedback. They give you. Okay, so my this developer say, okay, what a error you giving me? That code I designed, I developed 10 days ago. Okay, why are you giving me 10 days, after this particular error to me? Because, guys, there's a very common thing in the developer world. If you guys are the developer, whenever you're writing the code, everything is fresh in your mind, which variable name you use, why you use this logic in a code. Okay, after 10 days, if you ask your developer that in your code, this is the line we have the error, so it is very harder developer to recall to recall why I write this logic, why I create this for loop or any kind of XYZ code in my code. So it's a very common thing if you talk about as a developer perspective. Okay, so technically what I'm trying to tell you here is, okay, the feedback time, error always come, no doubt. Okay, but I want to decrease my feedback time. Idea is simple. Okay, if you develop your code today, and after 10 days you giving me a feedback that you have error in this line, in this syntax, in this logic. Okay, it first of all it waste my as a developer time. My company is paying me per hourly basis, per day basis, called human uh, mandate or main hour. Okay, so for me I have to just recall my older logic, so it finally it wastes my time. But the most important thing is it wasting the release time of our product. Guys, this is the way I'm just trying to explain you. In today's world, the most important thing is competition. Okay, there's two company working in the same service. Okay, again, I normally take the example of two car rental company. One is Uber, for example. One is Ola, for example. But there's two car rental company. Both the companies serving the client car, but how the client come from their mobile app. What is app? Is a software or is a product. Okay, but Uber has come with one idea, same idea. Maybe Ola has, they have some internal you know team working, they understand what they come up with, other companies come up with. Okay, now this is a very interesting new features they are coming up, and this new feature they want to tell to the customer, and customer they tell via their app. Okay, now the most important thing is, right, who come first. Both they have same idea, let's say for example, but who come first in the app? It's all depend upon how faster the developer create the product. And guys, it's not only about depend on developer. If you try to understand here, other teams also working here. Developers say maybe I can create this idea of my logic in, let's say in half of day. Okay, but if I create this code, but my code is not finally reached to my customer, that's called release. Is not released to the customer, how they're going to use, right? So for example, Uber come with this new feature in the app, let's say today, and maybe Ola come after 10 days. Or this might be very much lucrative feature. This might lead us, all the customer Ola might come to me, may come to me. So this might be a huge loss in the company, or maybe company might not able to survive in the future. So guys, it's a very important point, guys, in this, especially in this today's competition world, time matters a lot. How quicker you are come up with a new feature in the market, and how quicker you are releasing your new feature. And it's purely based on how faster you are providing a feedbacks to your developers. Okay, because whatever developer develop is come from the idea and come from the project management team, what new features they want to launch. Developer can do very faster, but whatever developer can create, I can't directly launch in the market. They might have the bug, they might have something might not work. We have to first integrate all the features from other teams also, compile also, package also, and after this we have to test also. Okay, so one minute, guys. So after this, you guys might have to do one more thing here. After software created, okay, then we have one more team here in my company. The team is called operations team. And what's the duty of this operation team? Okay, so we provide our software, it's called package, plus some document. Okay, both the things we'll provide to our operation team. Document means it is like instructions. So we provided that this software is created, let's say in PHP version 5.5, and and PHP version, the way I create a code, work on Apache version 2.4, and I need MySQL database. So these are the things we put in the document. Okay, so we'll provide this information to operation team, and the duty of operation team is to launch one operating system for us. Maybe I can say virtual machine for us, somewhere maybe in local laptops, or maybe in our own data center nowadays in the cloud world. So whatever instruction we provide, okay, to the operation team, they will create this entire setup. It's called environment. Why they create? So that my software package they can copy here or run here. That's called deploy. They deploy. Okay, so who deploy? The operation team. What they deploy the software or the package. And why they deploy? So after deploy, I want to check the way my team wanted. Which team? Because this idea actually come from my project management team. So what project management team come with a feature in their document, and whatever the developer provide to developer, what does all the same feature has been created to. So before I provide my mobile app, or here I'm talking about, let's say again, web app, we'll launch or deploy this web app over here in this OS. And guys, this OS is called testing OS, or normally known as, this is called environment. This is called testing environment. We launch here, and we have a different team altogether here. They are the team who their duty is to just go and test this final app. Okay, and after test they also check everything working good or not. It is up to the standard of the company. The quality of this code is perfect or not. Quality means the output, the look and feel, the branding of the company, logo, hundreds of things they have to do to check. So we have a team in the company called quality assurance team. They are normally the guy who test your app in your testing environment. Okay, and it's very but obvious what exactly my product management team wanted. Okay, they will in the one go they will never get it. Okay, and this is what the quality assurance team check, right? Why they can check? Because project management team, right, is working very close to these guys, and they have the same document with them what exactly we need in the real world. So they check all the feature, all the requirement, whatever we need finally in our app. They test and they say, no, it is not up to the mark. The thing is not approved. And again, this guy also send the feedback back to what? To the developers. And they say, there's one button here in this mobile app and there's one button here in the website. Clicking here, nothing is working. Or maybe you have given some form, you put here mobile number is compulsory, but without mobile number, click here, it is working. There's to be hundreds of things to be tested, right? And they test the final thing, and they give the entire feedback to the again respective team of the developers. Okay, there's again feedback. And again, developers start working on those code. Again, the same thing happened. That the C team say, I'm doing something change here. After do I again push in my GitHub integration team manually. These are manual guys, means human being. They keep on checking. New code come up. Again, they do merge. Again, the thing fail. Again, they work here. they resolve the merge conflict that's called here. Okay. Then they compile. Then they they create a package. Then they provide the new package to operation team. It's a different team altogether. Okay. Again, it's very common. Train guys, good practice. To some reason, whatever environment we had given previously, we have to terminate, create a new environment, new VM. Again, we deploy the code, means run the code. Okay. Again, my QA team test. And obviously in second go, it won't work. Feedback. So it's a keep on doing. It's a long, long iteration cycle. Just keep on doing the same thing again and again. And after some multiple cycle, you do again and again. Okay. And finally, your QA team feel good. Whatever the document come from my project management team, it up to the mark, and they finally click on one button or they say finally approve. This is approved from my side. And again, the duty of this operation team or maybe other team, okay, they take the same app and they one OS running somewhere. Okay, and the somewhere is called production environment. And they hand it out to production team or the production environment, and they upload the code there or run the code there. Because what are the code thing you write in the production, it will finally reach to your final client and the public. Again, here also we have tons of things to do, a lot of strategies we have. Anybody know blue, green or canary and tons of things we have to plan here. Okay, but guys, this is a very high level. There's tons of component we also have in between, like code inspection or code quality checking. Tons of things we have in component we have in this entire circle or cycle, I can say. But now guys, this diagram may be enough to understand what I'm trying to explain you. So in the traditional world, this is very typical cycle for software development. And after develop, we have to finally take our software to our final client. Okay, that's called release. Okay, now the important point here is how quicker you are releasing, how faster you are, how agile you are in launching the new product or maybe new feature in your app. That will make you they are in the competition world. Otherwise, you will be very much quickly out of this competition world. And guys, if you see any of the big product in the today's world, for talk of Facebook, any of the good powerful apps or Amazon Cloud, right? You know what? Every day they release multiple features. Okay, if you talk about the traditional older world, in just simple app or mobile apps, okay, they're normally the release cycle is 2 weeks, 2 months, right? These are typical release cycle. Means after 2 weeks or 2 months, maybe 6 months, okay, they release new features. Okay, and one of the biggest reason is why they're taking a lot of time, because everywhere we have human being and everywhere we have manual things. And manual, guys, I already explained you, it is time consuming. And maybe my possibility, very small example, my possibility, my build and integration team downloaded something from GitHub. Okay, and they downloaded it from the wrong branch. So whatever they're doing wrong. My code was right. There's a human error. Okay, they are called the respective team and they say you're downloading from wrong branch. Right? It's a very small thing, but there's a human error, right? It might be happen. Okay, so the almost guy issue of this big the release cycle in the traditional world is because of the manual. That's what I'm trying to explain here, and that is a need. This makes us the need of automation, because now this company Uber Ola said we are the pure business company, right? We are the product based company. We have the product, we have the service companies. Okay, so we are the pure business guys. We don't accept any kind of business and reputation loss in our company. I want whatever the things come in our mind, what a new feature I want to do. Or it's not what new feature, guys. Maybe my app we have some bugs, security loopholes. Maybe some of the things is not working good. It's called patches. We have to do tons of things. How quickly you release, how quickly you update, how quickly you patch, and come up with a new version, new release. That's matter a lot for the business and the company. Okay, and if you go for manual, more and more manual you have, more and more team you have that is doing manual thing. Your time of release become more and more. Okay, so finally, guys, I think you guys might understand what I'm keep on trying to tell you here is the world is about automation. Okay, and we would like to remove as much as human being from here. We want to remove as much as team from here. Technically, I'm not removing the steps. Okay, I'm not removing this cycle, this process. Everything that I want integrate, I want merge, I want code to be upload, I want code to be compile, my code to be deploy, test. I don't want to remove any of the intermediate component here. Okay, but only thing I want to do here, the things that is consuming our time, I want to remove that part, and that part is normally the human being, means the manual part. Okay, so finally, whatever human being is doing, I want to be done same thing with the automation as much as we can do. Okay, so normally none of the complete process here okay is 100% automated. There's something that will be there that we have to do manual, but there's a lot of company in the market as they are claiming that we have an entire cycle. They also use the word called pipeline. What is pipeline? I will explain you maybe next class. Okay, so they're saying that my entire cycle from end to end means where my developer start writing the code till my code reach to my production system. This entire cycle or entire pipeline is automated, 100% automated. Okay, I have a lot of case studies or success stories with me. So they have that set up this end-to-end automation and multiple logics they use behind the scene to make this. So it's very interesting. As the new code come up from the developer, as soon as the new code come up, they will finally reach to the client. And that company every day, tens and 100 times every day they release. That is the release cycle of those companies. So if come some case study, I will discuss with you. So that's what we want. So when new thing come up, it is but always, guys, if any app or any mobile app, right? I'm talking big companies app and mobile app. Every minute, every hour, I can say something new features keep on changing, look and feel, security loopholes is keep on changing. So it's but obvious company need every minute, every hour, every 2 hours some new features to be released to the real world. Okay, so finally, lots of things to be discussed here. A little bit maybe from more basics, a little bit more advanced also that we keep on adding in the future classes. But finally, I'm trying to explain you I need automation. And guys, when I say automation always done by some program, and program always come from tool. And here the one of the main automation tool who will help me to automate entire this component, whatever right here. And wherever you have the human being here, maybe in the build and integration team, maybe in operation team, maybe packaging team or QAT team, almost all that team member of a human being, maybe somehow we can remove from here. Okay, and that can be done by Jenkins. So it's a pure automation tool or server we have. Okay. It's all depend upon, guys, how you plan and create the strategy. So removing means, it doesn't mean they will leave the company. Their job role may be a little bit different. Now, instead they do manually, they will ask the Jenkins, this is my task I was doing. Now I want from my behalf you do it. So this might be the way you can think of, because when I use this word, they remove means a lot of guys start asking in the Q&A what happened with my job then. Okay, so their job role will be changed. So we ask this team now. Now, in in the history, also in the traditional world, you are launching or installing this OS manually. Don't install. Ask the Jenkins somehow go somewhere and launch the OS for you. Don't do by yourself. Jenkins will contact to AWS cloud and they will launch the OS there. Okay, something like this. So their role will be different. Here they will take the help from Jenkins, and Jenkins will do for them. But if Jenkins is a program, so Jenkins will do afterwards or automation also with automate also. So what I mean by this, we will discuss again further. Okay. Now let's keep on focusing, guys, one by one in one of the component. Okay. Now here, so this is the very traditional kind of cycle. Okay, where everything is manual. Let's try to create this diagram again one more time, a little bit more clear. Then we see, guys, where the role of Jenkins come in play. Okay, so it start from here. These are the developer team. Let me squeeze this diagram a little bit. This developer team, they work in their work space. They write a code, and after they write a code, they upload this code in, let's say, in SCM tool like GitHub. Okay, so initially we have some team here called build integration team. They download the code. Okay, and after download the code, they do merge or something like this here. So now, guys, I don't want this team will do for me, because the challenge here is, if this team is doing, so we have to wait for this team come up next day in the morning of their time zone, and my developers keep on waiting. They will give me feedback of some issue what they're facing of integration. Okay, so now what I will do, instead of this team, okay, we put one program here, one software here, and I give this responsibility to this software. Okay, that the responsibility is just keep on checking this Git repository. And when you see any new code come up, okay, don't waste your time. As soon as the new code come up, within a second, download this code, download this code, and whatever my integration team do by yourself. So understand one thing: if my developer is sitting in their workspace at night 3 o'clock, and after they upload, and they push the code or checking the code, okay, they don't have to wait further. This program automatic download. After download, let's say they are doing merge here, and after merge, everything working good, that's nice. If not working good, what's the issue they are facing? This program is because their program, we put in the program, if some issue come up, give this entire feedback to the developer, send the mail, send the SMS, whatever the way you want to notify this guy. And according to this guy, work on this issue. They change something in the code, again they push here, but as soon as they push, my program again download on the fly, is automated. They can do things and everything working good, that's okay, they will keep on working on. Okay, and then after this, guys, my integration team normally do one more thing here called build. Okay, so they have to manually after download the code, they have to manually compile the code, maybe for Java, so they might use Java C or some other way, or maybe Maven to compile the code. Here I tell my this program, after you download the code, everything working good till here, do one thing. There's one server here, one computer here. Okay, upload your code here. And this server we especially put here for one purpose, and the purpose here is this server is a one who will help me to compile my code. Okay, compile is also known as a build here. So this is the build server we have. So please take my code to build server and ask them to compile. If compile is working good, that's nice. If not working good, they give the error and take this error again, send feedback to the developer the same code. They again change the code, again they push the code. But as soon as they push, again automatically the same thing happen without any human being. Again they merge, again they build, and everything working good. Then they go to next part. Okay, now the next part is after they build the package. And normally, guys, this is the build server duty. Normally, after they compile, they are the normally the one who will create a package, means the final software. So they will do both the thing for you in one go. Okay, and then after a package they will do testing. Okay, and testing here, so there's some kind of testing we will discuss, guys, further in detail, right? This called unit testing, but there's some testing servers we have that's for especially for code testing. They do something known as unit testing, but don't focus, guys, most here if you guys have no idea. But this is one more steps we need in between. So this program is the one who will send my code to the testing system that test the code. After test the code, same thing happen here. Okay, now everything is working good till here. Okay, now next thing would be we send this code normally to operation team, and they are the one who launch the OS. After launch the OS, they copy the code here and run it. It's called deploy. Okay, so same thing my this program will do. One minute. Okay, so this program will now they don't connect to the operation team. They will automatically connect to some way, and they automatically launch new operating system for you. It means new virtual machine for you. It's called they automatically launch a new environment for you, and whatever package they have, okay, they will upload the package here, run the code here, run the website here, means called deploy. So they do the deployment for us. And as soon as the website deploy, okay, this program again automatic contact to one of my testing tools. Okay, the way the QAT team is working here. Okay, a testing tool, and they test my entire website. Everything working good. Otherwise, they will give the feedback. So this testing tool is keep on checking this website. They test all the things, and obviously in one go it won't work. Something fail. This called test cases fail. Okay, so this central program is give the feedback to the developer again. Okay, if you see here, none of the human being is here. Everything is doing from here and there by this program. Okay, and if the testing is done, we'll tell this program if something is done, auto approve, and after auto approve, take this topic and send this package, to the production server. And so between this, there's some more thing we have, but just very quickly, I just want to conclude at least till here. Okay, so technically, if you try to see here, this program is doing what? Okay, is doing is has capability to integrate with GitHub, with build program, with testing program, with operating system, cloud, maybe some other testing tool, and some maybe production system. And plus, depending on what company you add and remove, depend company to company also. Okay, so this program has a capability to integrate. Okay, integrate with multiple things, and it's not only one time they integrate. Okay, so my developer write a code, they push the code, program download, they merge, thing fail, again they give the feedback, they again write the code, again they push, again they give you feedback. So my developers keep on writing the code and keep on putting the code here. So here I can say my developers keep on doing this continuously. They are doing the same thing again and again. So it's called continuous development. So between developer and my SCM tools, or I can say normally SCM tool is the one like GitHub. They are the one who maintain your continuous development. Okay. And every time my program properly merged, they keep on uploading code here, and my build servers keep on compile the code again and again, again and again. It's called continuous building. Continuous building. So there's a lot of tool available in the market. If you guys write a code in Java, so then one of the tool is called Maven, very much useful. Otherwise, there's a lot of build software available in the market for language to language. Okay. And if you compile code, then these guys is key again. Again integrate with my testing tool, and they keep on doing the same thing again and again. Okay, so this is guys technically this program is the one who keep on or continuously doing the same thing again and again. And that is guys, this tool is called CI tool, continuous integration tool. And one of the example of this CI tool is called Jenkins. So Jenkins is the one who keep on doing this thing again and again for you. So it's a continuous integration tool. Okay, and after the testing done, they get the final code and launch a new OS for you. This is called testing environment or testing server. Okay, and deploy the code for you. Again, they do test one more time. Maybe that because my developer again changed the code. Okay, again they deploy the code. So they keep on again deploying the code again and again. It's called continuous deployment. Deployment. Okay, so after they come to actually finally they deploy the website here, then only my other tools will check website is working or not. It's called continuous testing again, and it's keep on. It's like an infinite cycle. If you see guys here, the cycle will be like this. They start from here, they go here, they go here, they go here. Like it is like. It's an infinite cycle is keep on, because if you talk about any company product like Ola, Uber, Amazon, Facebook, they've never stopped. They keep on coming with everyday new feature. So like an infinite cycle, they are working over. But between this, we need somebody, some program who continues managing my integration part or my deployment part. Right here we have a delivery also. What is delivery? We will discuss. But right now I'm talking about deployment is a very high level. And one more small thing, if you see here, okay, if you see here, whatever you have in the left side, if I draw a line here, whatever you have in the left side, we have a Git tool, we have compile tool, we have a testing tool. Okay, these are the tools or concept normally used in the development process. Okay, development process. It is also known as code pipeline or development pipeline. We will discuss what is this. So what do you have in the left side are mostly the role of developer respect to developers. But whatever you have in the right side, we launch the server, we provide the OS, we we deploy the code, then we have some QA team here. Okay, so these are the normally the role with respect to operations guys. This is the role of operations guys. Okay, and typically there's lots of thing these guys do. There's a lot of thing these guys do, and normally in this kind of world, developers are very they have their own independent team. Operations has a very different own independent team. They have securities guys, the firewall guys, storage guys, cloud guys, container guys. Lots of things is there, guys. Not one small thing they have. Again, all the guys, all the team I look like to divide in two part. All the team related to developers and all the team related to operations is different team. And how the team working, developer don't know what operation is doing, operation guy is doing, or developer doing operation guys doesn't know. So this called silos. Okay, nobody has knowledge about normally what these other two teams are doing. Okay, and that also makes the also makes the delay in the software release. You know what? Because if I talk about this particular example here, okay, after my package created, okay, we will connect to our operation team, and we say this is package we have created. This is an instruction document I just want to share you because you don't know which language I use, which version you have to test the code on. Okay, so this operation team guys, whenever they get the time, Okay, then they launch the OS, then they deploy a code, then after they will start testing. So as a developer part, you have packages created, but these guys maybe in the off of 2 days, or there might possibility these guys also depend on other team members. They want some storage, they want some virtual machine. That team is also busy. So lots of dependency every team has. Okay, so that's the reason, guys. What I'm trying to tell you here is finally, I want such a continuity that everything to be automated end to end. Okay, where I want dev team work with ops team will work, or the dev team normally never happen because they are very independent teams. Means they are silos, they don't have any idea what exactly they are. Okay, so again, this challenge also can be solved by depend upon company to company, environment, also company to company, business mindset, managers, and tons of things there. It's all depend upon their politics also. Okay, but if you have created this kind of cycle, right? So technically now we don't require a team here. Central program, because CI/CD program can create this entire connectivity, and this is one of the definition of DevOps. If both the team work together, they never work. But I normally mean to say, if you have a tool that will do all the working of dev and all the working of ops, okay, entire setup they will automate it as a continuous. That is the meaning of DevOps. But guys, this is not the perfect definition of DevOps. One thing, this is not a perfect definition of CI/CD. One more thing, but I just want to very quickly want to conclude only one thing. So it takes 2 or 3 more classes, guys, to explain you actually the real meaning of CI/CD and real meaning of DevOps, real meaning of CI, or real meaning of pipeline. But I just want to tell you only one simple thing today, okay, that I want automation. That's the final thing I want to tell you. Okay, now how powerful you want to create a pipeline, how bigger you want to create, whatever thing you want to automate, it depends on tons of other factors also in the corporate world. Okay, but as much as privileges you have, okay, uh, bigger and bigger pipeline you can create, and bigger pipeline you create, more and more thing you automate, faster your release of the product to be. Okay, and better your business will grow somehow. Okay, so that's the one quick thing. Okay, so I need, guys, 2 3 more classes on explanation, but I don't want to keep on talking about this term. Further explanation, and plus this explanation, we will go and create ourselves everything, guys. I'll show you practically, right? We will create a complete end-to-end kind of a pipeline, one click, entire thing to be automated. My code go to GitHub, they automate build, they automate test, they automate go to deployment, we test, go to QAT, they apply, they automate go to production. So this kind of practicals we see a lot, in multiple different angles in this program. Okay, so so guys, next class would be more respect to Jenkins, where I explain you what is Jenkins, how to use it, how to install it, plus some of the we created jobs there, some better small practices we do there. Then after third or fourth class, we again come back to these diagrams, and we start picking one by one component and try to automate everything. And let's see how far we can go with the automation. And after you keep on doing this automation in Jenkins again and again, you also start feeling that Jenkins also looks something like a manual. And that time, guys, when you realize that Jenkins, we're also doing something in Jenkins also manual, then the role of Jenkins pipeline come in play. That's the Jenkins 2.0 feature. This is called Jenkins pipeline. This will make Jenkins also automate. Okay, so finally everything will be automated in the final. That would be things. Now, where you want to apply in your world, that would be your choice. Okay, so guys, for next class, I will explain you how to install Jenkins. In my case, okay, in my case, I'm going to use my base OS, where I'm going to install Jenkins because Jenkins software. So in my case, my base OS would be Red Hat version 8. Okay, yeah, guys, Jenkins is a software that where you can install In Mac or Windows, anywhere, it support all the OS because Jenkins will work on the top of Java. But in my case, guys, I'm going to install Jenkins on top of Linux OS, especially Red 8. I highly recommend you also do the same way because there's some practical that will be very much specific on Reddit systems due to some reason. So that practical, guys, you won't able to do. So I suggest before my next class, if you don't have a Reddit 8, we will share you a link. Just download the Reddit 8. If you don't know how to install this Reddit 8, we will share you the link of some of my video where I explain you how to install a Reddit 8. So next class, everybody has the same OS, okay, and then you can we can run the Jenkins. And in my in my case, guys, I am using Oracle VirtualBox, okay, and here we have launched one Red Hat version 8. If you want to use same Oracle VirtualBox, or if you want to launch on cloud, or you want to launch on VMware, that will be your choice. Okay, but I won't use virtual machine for the OS because in the future classes we are going to create a Jenkins cluster, and for this, right, I need multiple OS to be launched. Okay, so try to, guys, use with the same symmetry or same sync with me. So some of the practical, if it's depend on something, you also perform in the future classes. Okay, so that's all, guys, for today's class. A very high level introduction. It's not complete. Some of the things might not be accurate, appropriate, I can say, because I can't completely discuss everything over here because a lot of base I have to first cover. But high level idea, guys, I think you got it about the automation over here. Okay, so any query, guys, if you have any questions, if you have till here, you guys can ask me. So 1 minute, let me check. Let's deep dive into it. Yes, Pransu, that's what we do. How much I don't have so much aware of it. No, Akash, as such we don't require much knowledge, right? Some of the basics command I might need in some of the practicals. So don't worry if you have no idea in Git and GitHub. By when I run this command, you automatically understand what is going on. Okay, so that's okay if you don't have so much idea in GitHub. So guys, let me check the queries actually. We'll be writing pipeline in this course. Yes, Jayesh, we will. I will focus a lot in writing the pipeline, but we are not right now. Obviously, you should know lots of things about Jenkins first. But yeah, in my further classes, maybe in some after a week, so we will start working on the pipelines. What is QAT? It is a Sangeet. It is a name of one of the team in the company, right? It's called Quality Assurance Team. Means they are the one who check the quality of your code. Finally, they are the one normally who test your code. Means test your website in your testing environment. Different continue development and delivery. Mohammed, I will have a detailed discussion on difference in deployment and the delivery. But they have a difference, and huge difference. Different Ansible automation Jenkins, again, huge difference here. Okay, Ansible work only in one part of this complete pipeline. So in this diagram, guys, okay, this particular part, anybody who by chance know Ansible or any of the configuration management tool, may Puppet or Fabric or SAP, okay, when you create a document, this document actually is actually created, can be created by the Ansible. Okay, so when the operation team launch the OS, they run this document, and automatically your OS will configure. Okay, so this document, what I was talking about, it is, you can think, is equals to the what configuration we need, and for configuration automation also, here we can use the Ansible or maybe some other tools. So if you guys know Ansible, you guys might not high level understand this. If you want, I will show you some practical also in the future to just add more perspective. So how have Windows? No worry, if you have Windows laptop, you can install Oracle VirtualBox, right? The way I have here. Okay, on the top of Oracle VirtualBox, you can install the VM. So I will share you one of my video where I explain you everything how to install it. Okay, guys, Jenkins also work on the top of Windows also, Windows also, but I suggest install in Red Hat. So some of the extra practical you can able to perform in the future classes. Okay, what is pipeline? What is release cycle, guys? Don't worry, any of the keyword that I have talked today, okay, would be come in very much detail. Okay, intention is to just very high level wanted to explain you the overview of Jenkins. Jenkins is something like this, something come over here. So don't worry, release cycle, pipeline, agile, everything will be covered in very detail. Okay. Yes, Dolly, Jenkins also have some their language, right? That is called DSL language. Okay, so that we will see in the future classes. But otherwise, Jenkins has their own beautiful web UI. We will initially perform everything from there. So, different Ansible and Jenkins, a huge difference.